What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. Hope all you're having a great day so far today. Hope you're having a great night. Getting into this episode of GH. Listen, Michael is. I'm gonna need for him to put some respect on Alexis' name because he gave very small credit to Alexis, and I do mean small. It was like you blinked, you missed her name. Like seriously. Oh, Alexis did some work. Like, oh, but my mom was the real force. I'm like, excuse me? The disrespect. Like, oh my, this, this is, that was so disrespectful to me because I'm like, seriously, your mom was the force? Your mom. So Alexis, she ain't do nothing. Okay. Okay. That's the way he was making it sound like, Alexis played a small role. You know what I mean? I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, sir, your mother got the information. Yeah, somebody tipped her off. She gave it to Alexis. Alexis took the ball and ran with it. If it wasn't for Alexis doing what she did, Drew wouldn't have gotten out. So don't try to sit there and try to downplay what Alexis did like it was a small little thing. That was a major thing that she did. It was hardly small. He talked about it like it was insignificant or something. I'm like, no, sir, that was major. Um. So anyway, I am so sick and tired of hearing about the SEC. If I never hear that word again, it'd be too soon. I'm so tired of hearing about it. Like seriously, I do agree with Drew, and I feel like they need to move on from that. Will they? No. Carly ain't moving on from nothing, and I feel like that's where Drew has that naiveness to him. He's very naive when it comes to Carly. Hell, when it comes to just life in general, like he's an idiot. Like has he never met Carly before? He's a, oh, I want to move on. I want to focus on our life together. I want to focus on this, and whatever. And that hug, when Carly hugged him and looked at Michael, that look that she gave Michael was like, we ain't dropping nothing. I want you to continue to look into this. And Michael, little hypocritical self, sitting there, you know who did it, so why you sitting on this information? To have control. That's why, because he know he got Nina right where he want him. And without this information, he has no leverage over Nina now. He has nothing on her. He can't control her. He can't control her relationship with Willow. This information is the only thing he has that control. He can dictate how much time Nina gets to spend with the family. You know what I mean? Once he loses it, it's you got nothing now. You know what I mean? He's a little ass. Like he really is. Ugh, he's unlikable. Like he talks smack about everybody else, but look what he doing. Using this information for his own benefit. Like how does that make you any better than anybody else? So anyway, I'm over them. Moving on from that. I am so freaking happy that BOQ and Maxie made up. I was so freaking happy. I said hallelujah, because I was so over the beef between them. Granted, Maxie had every right to be pissed. Like she did. She had every right to be upset, but it's like what's done is done, and it's not like BOQ did it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? I could see if somebody did it on purpose with no remorse, but BOQ really is sympathetic towards that. She really is sorry. You know what I mean? So why not just let it go? So I'm glad that they did, thanks to Sasha's intervening. Maxie, you know what? Maxie said something that I applauded today when she talked about what happened with Charlotte and how Georgie and the rest of the kids are taking it. That was some real parenting shit right there. Where Maxie said her and Sam and Elizabeth got a whole, group chat, group text or whatever, where they also talked about getting their kids some grief counseling. I applauded that. That is some real parenting shit right there. I said that's what I'm talking about. Because not many people would think to do that with their kids, especially after something so traumatizing like hearing that your friend got shot. You know what I'm saying? And at least these women got their kids some help. That's I love to hear shit like that. I said, now that's dope. I'm glad they put that in there or whatever, because I felt like that was important. But yeah, I'm definitely glad Maxie and BLQ buried the hatchet. Like, thank God. You know what? I kind of, on the one hand, understand why Maxie was hesitant to go ahead with that photographer, even though it's like somebody that she been wanting to work with for forever. I get it, you know what I mean? Because I do think that she was nervous about it because of Sasha. Like, a little bit had to do with Sasha. Like, she didn't want to throw Sasha into the deep end so fast. But I agree with Sasha. It's like, you know what? Yeah, she went through a crazy ordeal and stuff like that. But she knew once she accepted staying on this face of deception, that means she was going to hit the ground running. She was going to come back to work and have to get to work. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that she has that spirit. You know what I mean? Like, she has that energy. Like, you know what? I knew what I was signing up for when I agreed to come back as the face of deception or stay on or whatever. I knew we was going to have to get down to it. So this is a part of that. So I'm glad that, you know, Maxie is like, you know what? You're right. Let's get on with it. Because I agree. I really wish that Sasha would have took some time off or whatever and did a little vacation, but she needed the money because of Gladys' little stinking self. So I'm glad that she back and she in a good headspace and she look healthy. You know, she got that spark back about her. She's smiling. I love to see it. You know what I mean? Like, thank God. She got her little mojo back. Um, the next few months, you know, time will tell how long it lasts, but I'm hoping that it lasts for quite some time because she deserved that happiness right now. She done been through hell and back. Um, so anyway, moving on from that. I love those scenes though with Lois and Ned or whatever. I enjoyed those. Like, she was like really in her element, trying to help him and, you know, figure out like why he can't finish that song and stuff like that. I really wish that Lois and BLQ would team up, you know, and revive L&B Records. You know, they could take Brenda out the name and just put you know, Brooklyn name in there. That could be the new revamped L&B. Um, have both of them working together and stuff like that and running the label together. I think that would be dope. I think that would be a powerhouse duo. You know, because Lois was definitely in her element, and I like how she, you know, vibes with Ned and stuff even after all these years. Um, and I agree with Lois. You know, at the end of the day, I wouldn't, if I was Olivia, I wouldn't entertain nothing that Tracy talking about because Tracy sitting there talking about something, oh, I wouldn't trust Lois if I was you. Basically trying to insinuate that Lois, you know, gonna try to creep in on Ned or whatever while he in this state of mind. I don't think Lois would do that. Like, her and Olivia go way back. And I don't even think Lois thinks about Ned in that manner. You know what I'm saying? Like, her and Ned have been divorced for 26 years or something like that, I believe. They've been divorced for damn near 30 years. I don't think she's thinking about no Ned. If she was, she would have came back a long time ago. You know how many years Ned been single? And Lois could have easily came back and got him. Like, or try to rekindle something she never really did. So I think that ship has sailed. So Olivia ain't got nothing to worry about where she's concerned. You know, she just for a moment allowed Tracy to get into her head. Um, I love that scene though, when Lois was on the phone with her mother and stuff like that. I know that feeling when you on the phone, you trying to get off the phone with a parent or a grandparent or something, and they just keep going and going. Like, all right, ma, all right, ma, all right, ma. Like, you know what I mean? I done been in that situation like a million times. It is hilarious. Um, and Lois with the nails, these fingernails. I love Lois because Lois and these fingernails, every episode is like she got different nails. I'm like, oh my goodness. And the nails match her outfit. I said that is even crazier that you got nails that match your outfits. Like, that is wild. It's been great seeing Lois. I freaking love it. I love the banter between her and Tracy. Like, that shit was hilarious. Tracy was like, I thought, you know, I just figured that you were damaged with all that fingernail polish that you inhale. I'm like, you know what? On them fingernail, what she say, the fumes and stuff. I'm like, you know what? Tracy is hell. Tracy is hell. Like, but the back and forth between her and Lois is gold. Um, I definitely agree with Olivia though. It is crazy how Monica's not there, you know, because she was like, "Oh, Lois going back home real quick, and you leaving, and Monica's not in the house." I'm like, where is Monica at? Like, I just feel like this would have been way better if Monica was around. Like, I love this run of Lois, and I love seeing Lois back, but to have her, Monica, and Tracy in scenes together would have been epic. After all these years, that would have been crazy. Um, I really want to know, like, what is Lois's agenda where deception is concerned? Because she definitely, it feels to me like she up to something. Because why is she siding with Tracy on this and pushing for BLQ to go to Deception or whatever and not be too hasty and turn down the offer? And that look that she gave Tracy and stuff like that, it's that devious looking look. Like, yeah, I'm up to something. I want to know what it is. Like, what are you trying to do? Because we all know Lois loved the music business, and I'm pretty sure she's happy that her daughter is following in her footsteps. So why keep talking to her about deception? Though that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what's her goal? And I can't wait to find out what it is. And I definitely get where Olivia coming from too, where Ned is concerned. Like, you got to give him space. You can't force him to have therapy. And I do think his memories need to come back to him naturally. Like, watching him at the boathouse, and he got that look on his face and whatnot, and he about to jump. It looked like he done jumped into the damn water. I'm like, Ned, what is going on with you? I'm ready for the storyline of Ned's amnesia to be over, because we already had that amnesia mess with Sonny, and I'm just not a big fan of amnesia storylines. Like, I'm not huge on that. Amnesia storylines, they just work my nerves. But what Tracy said is true. I mean, nobody's running ELQ. With Ned being in this state that he's in, and Valentine worried about Charlotte, nobody's running the damn company. And that's what kind of got me a little nervous too, because now with Drew out of prison, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be long until Drew and Michael talk again about taking back control of ELQ. And with those two out of the commission, it makes it that much more easier for them to step right on in and get the rest of the stockholders or whoever to get a vote for them to get back in there. Because Valentine is in no shape to run the company right now. Ned is in no shape. So it's like, I would hate for Drew and Michael to run that company. And I really hope they really don't start that merger talk again, because there's no need for ELQ and Aurora to ever commingle. Absolutely not. That would be horrible. So anyway, moving on from that. I am so freaking happy that Chase saw Mason and Austin together, because Austin was definitely giving him the runaround when Chase tried to question him and whatnot. And Mason was definitely playing games too. Oh, I give you whatever as long as I get a deal. Oh, shut up, Mason. But seeing Mason and Austin together, I'm like, I really hope Chase nailed their ass to the wall. I hope so. Because Austin, you should have been got up out of this a long time ago. I did enjoy the Sonny and Ava scenes though. Like, I loved how Sonny broke everything down to her, because he was like, listen, your ass been sleeping with the enemy this whole time and you ain't even know it. And even Sonny, and I love when Sonny told her, he was like, Ava, come on now, you better than this. I said, thank you, Sonny. I'm glad somebody told her. Ava is way more sharper than this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm surprised that she put some trust into Austin. But now that Sonny broke everything down to her, she started playing back all her interactions with Austin and stuff like that. She's putting two and two together that he'd been lying to her ass. I hate this version of Ava, because I feel like they watered her down. I feel like they defamed her. And I need her to come back and be a bad bitch again. That's what I need. I need her to be back on top of her game, like she used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, you already got played by Ryan before. I would hate to see her, like, I hate seeing her get played by another dude again. Because Ava's a lot more sharper than that. She's way more sharper. We've seen her come on the show and was one or two steps ahead of people. So hopefully they give her back her, her ruthlessness and stuff, and she show Austin who he dealing with. Because at this point, she need to. She need to show him, and she need to show Mason. Like, she's not something to play with. Real quick, touching up on something. That whole Tracy scene, it took Tracy this long to settle Luke's affairs? Because I thought they been talked about her doing that or whatnot. Like, I thought she been settled that. Apparently not, I guess. Unless it was just too hard for her before to do it. I don't believe Luke did. I just think that was just an easy way for them to kind of write him off without having to talk about him too much, like about his whereabouts and stuff like that. Because with everything going on, and it kind of makes no sense for Luke to be away that long. You know what I mean? With Lulu being in a coma and stuff like that, and it don't make no sense. And everything going on with Nicholas and stuff, you would think that he would come back at least for Laura's sake or whatever to be there for. So I kind of get why they did that. Especially Lulu being in a coma. Like, you would think Luke would pop in and want to see her. So I guess they had to kill him off or fake kill him off or whatever to write around it, I suppose. Um, Makes sense, but I don't really believe he did because they would never kill Luke like that. Not in this manner. You know what I mean? Like some little off-screen death. Hell no. For that kind of no. And to touch on another thing real quick, Austin, he should know that Mason ain't giving up no Cyrus. Like, Mason ain't that stupid. He not gonna give up no Cyrus. Are you crazy? Cyrus would have him murdered in that prison, and he know it. So he not dumb enough to do that. So Austin better come up with another plan to get out from under them. Cause now that Ava feel like and know that he lied to her, it's his ass. But anyway, that was pretty much the whole episode. Hit the comment section, let me know what you all thought, and I will see you all later. Have a great night. Peace.